The first time it happened, I told myself I was just tired. It was 6:40 in the morning. The bathroom light flickered as it always did, casting a pale yellow glow across the mirror. I stood there half asleep, toothbrush hanging from my mouth, staring at my own reflection. And then I saw it. Before I smiled, it did. Just slightly. A small twitch at the corner of its mouth. A grin forming before I had even moved. I froze. My heart thudded once. Hard. I quickly forced a smile, wide and deliberate. The reflection matched it perfectly. Lack of sleep, I muttered to myself. I hadn't been sleeping well lately. Ever since I moved into the apartment, actually. The place was old but affordable. Too affordable for the area. The landlord had avoided eye contact when handing me the keys. The previous tenant left suddenly, he had said. Didn't even take all his things. I should have asked more questions. Instead, I signed. The apartment had one bedroom, one bathroom, and mirrors everywhere. A long mirror in the hallway. A wide one in the bedroom closet. And the bathroom mirror, large, wall-to-wall, impossible to ignore. The second time it happened, I wasn't tired. It was evening. I had just come home from work. I stood in the hallway mirror adjusting my tie. I sighed. I hate this job, I whispered. My reflection didn't sigh. It stared. And then, it smiled. Not a normal smile. Not mine. Slow. Wide. Stretching farther than my face physically could. I stumbled backward, slamming into the wall. My heart pounded in my ears. I looked again. It was normal. Perfectly normal. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I covered the bathroom mirror with a towel. That helped. For about 3 hours. Because when I walked past the hallway mirror, I saw myself standing there. But I wasn't in front of it. I was in the kitchen. The version of me inside the mirror stood in the hallway, staring directly at me. And smiling. I blinked, and it was gone. Switch. I started noticing something worse. It was copying me less. And acting more on its own. Once, in a dark window reflection, I saw it raise its hand slowly. I didn't. Another time, it mouthed words silently while I was perfectly still. I began to understand. It wasn't mimicking me. I was mimicking it. The realization hit like ice water. What if I wasn't the original? What if I was the reflection? The apartment grew colder by the day. Shadows stretched strangely. My own movements began to feel delayed, like I was following something unseen. I stopped going to work. I barely ate. I barely slept. And then it happened. I stood in the bathroom again, unable to avoid it any longer. I removed the towel. The mirror looked normal. Just me. Tired. Pale. Shaking. I'm not afraid of you, I said. The reflection didn't answer. Instead, it stepped forward. Not toward the mirror. Through it. The surface rippled like water. My reflection placed its hand against the inside of the glass. And slowly pushed. The mirror bulged outward. I stumbled back, but my feet wouldn't move far, like something invisible held me in place. The reflection's smile widened impossibly. You've had your turn, it said. The voice echoed inside my skull. Cold hands grabbed my wrists. But no one was there. I was pulled forward. The last thing I saw was the bathroom from inside the mirror, reversed, distorted. I screamed. And then... silence. The next morning, sunlight poured into the apartment. Everything looked normal. A man stood in the bathroom, adjusting his hair in the mirror. He looked calm. Rested. He smiled. The reflection matched perfectly. Downstairs, a new tenant was signing paperwork. The landlord avoided eye contact. The previous tenant left suddenly, he said. Upstairs, the man in the mirror blinked slowly. And for just a split second. His reflection smiled first. That was the moment fear stopped being subtle. I started researching the apartment. The building. The previous tenant. His name was Anton Volkov. He had lived alone. According to a news article I found buried online, neighbors reported hearing shouting from his apartment late at night. Arguments. But he lived alone. A week later, he disappeared. No body found. No signs of forced entry. Just gone. One detail in the article made my stomach twist. A neighbor claimed Anton had become obsessed with mirrors. He believed the other side was watching. I slammed my laptop shut. This was paranoia. Stress. Suggestion. That night, at exactly 3:17 a.m., I woke up. I didn't know why at first. Then I heard it. Soft knocking. 3 slow taps. From the bathroom. I lay frozen in bed. Tap. 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 Not on the door. On the mirror. My throat went dry. I forced myself to stand. Each step toward the bathroom felt heavier than the last. The door was slightly open. The towel I had hung over the mirror had fallen to the floor. The mirror was uncovered. And in it, I wasn't alone. My reflection stood there. But I was still in the doorway. Inside the mirror, I was standing closer. Facing outward. Head tilted. Smiling. Stop, I whispered. The reflection's lips didn't move. But I heard a voice. My voice. You're in the wrong place. The bathroom light burst. Darkness swallowed the room. I ran. I didn't turn on the lights again that night. The next days blurred together. I avoided mirrors completely. Covered them all. Even the small one in my car. But reflections don't only live in mirrors. They live in windows. In phone screens. In spoons. And it began appearing everywhere. In the black screen of my television, I saw myself sitting on the couch, even when I was standing behind it. In my laptop screen, it typed words I hadn't written. One message repeated itself.